Hello and welcome. My name is Tommy, and today I will be taking you through this tutorial of installing an NGINX web server on Ubuntu 18.04 LTS. Okay, so you can see right here I've got an 18.04 LTS server that is spun up. I'm going to be connecting to it through this EC2 instance here. So we're going to connect via SSH. So we just type the command SSH. And we are going to be connecting to the user profile cloud user. So we'll paste that in there at this public IP address. So we'll paste that in there too. Hit enter. Here it's asking for our fingerprint because it's the first time we're connecting. It doesn't know who this remote host is. So we're going to say yes, we trust it. And it's asking for the password. So here you see it says temporary password. That's because when we enter it here, now I hit paste. You're not going to see it because this is a Linux system, but it is in there. I paste the password in there. I hit enter, and it's telling us that we need to change it. We're required to change it on the first sign-in. So we'll paste it in there again. Hit enter, and now we can create a brand new password. So let's do that and type it in a second time. And that took. Okay, great. Let's clear this up. Do a pwd for print working directory, and you can see that we are in the cloud user's home directory, which is good. That's where we want to be. All right, so because we just signed into a Linux system for the very first time, we need to run the system updates on this to get it up to date. So we are going to sudo super user do apt, because this is an Ubuntu machine. Apt is the package manager for Ubuntu. And then we are going to update, and we are going to add this tac y here for yes, so we don't get prompted. It just goes ahead and installs everything. Because we're running sudo, it wants our password that we just created, so I'll go ahead and enter that in here now. And it is pulling down its updates. Okay, so that was quick. You could see here that it says that there's 2 packages available to be upgraded, or 2 packages that are able to be upgraded. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade them. I'll just hit up on my keyboard, the up arrow on my keyboard, to bring up the last command I ran. And I'll change that update to upgrade, leave everything else the same. I'll hit enter, and you'll see it's not asking for my password this time for sudo because we just ran it. And we're just going to have to let it, okay, there we go. That was quick. We'll go ahead and clear it up. Okay, so now our Ubuntu server is up to date. Now we want to install NGINX. So we are going to sudo apt install NGINX. Let's spell it right though, NGINX. Okay, and I didn't do a tac y, so we do have to say yes to the prompt here. Okay, and now NGINX is installed on this Ubuntu server. And NGINX has a lot of different use cases. It's built around a pretty lightweight architecture, so that makes it versatile, being used for databases, but very commonly it's used for a web server, which is what we're using it for today. Okay, so we have NGINX installed. Great. Now we need to turn it on. We need to get it enabled. So we are going to sudo service NGINX, and we're going to tell it to start. Okay, so we didn't have any output there, so we would like to assume that it worked, but let's go ahead and run a sudo service NGINX status to see what status it's in. Okay, now we can see that it is active and running. So this was a success, but we would like to check it in a browser, right? So the way we would do that would be we would find the public IP address and then go to that IP address in the browser to see if it was up. So we need to find our public IP address. We are going to do that by using the curl command, and we are going to curl on a website called ifconfig.me. My goodness. Okay, there we go. ifconfig.me. This will resolve our public IP address and show it to us. Okay, and you can see it, put it out right there in front of the username. Okay, so 52.53.248.58. So let's open up a new tab here. We'll do : / and 52.53.248, 52.53.248 dot, what was that last octet? .58. Okay, so we'll put the .58 in there, hit enter, and there we go. Welcome to NGINX. So now we can verify that this NGINX server is up and it is able to be accessed. Okay, so let's clear the screen. Okay, so what if we wanted to change what was being shown here when we logged in? This is the default index page that NGINX provides, but let's change this up to say what we want it to say. So, how are we going to do that? Well, let's go into some configuration files and take a look around. So we'll go into cd /etc list, take a look around, see what's in here, and you will see that we have an NGINX directory since we've installed the NGINX program. So let's go into the NGINX directory. Okay, you can see we have some more directories over here called sites enabled and sites available. We're going to go into the sites available directory, so cd sites available, just tabbing it out here. And we can see that there is a file in here called default. Let's take a look. So we're going to cat it out, see what default says. Okay, so this is just a quick little layout of part of the NGINX configuration files. You can see I have that right here. And this is telling us where NGINX is providing this index file from. All right, so this server block is listening on port 80. It's the default server. They've commented out quite a bit of the next batch of this. But when we get here, we see the root. So this is where it's being served from on our local machine. And we see that it is in var www.html. So that's where our index file is coming from for this. Let's clear the screen. We'll go back to the home folder now, and let's cd into var www.html and list out what's going here. Okay, so here we have our index.nginx-debian.html file. So let's open this up in our text editor nano. Actually, we're going to want to open this up as a sudo so we can actually make some changes in here. So sudo nano index.nginx-debian.html. Okay, so this is just an HTML page. And let's do some comparing here. So we see the title says, Welcome to NGINX. We go back over to this page. So the title is what's displayed up here on this browser tab. Welcome to NGINX. And this is what we're going to change. This big welcome to NGINX, that's nice and bold, that is our header. We're going to change that to say, welcome to Level Up in Tech. Give an exclamation point there. Blue team, because I'm on the blue team. While we're at it, let's change up the title as well. We'll just say, welcome blue team, exclamation point. Okay, so we'll just leave the rest as is. So we'll go ahead and save this. We'll hit Control X, ask us if we want to save it. We'll hit yes, hit enter. Okay, so let's cat that out again, see if our changes took. And we can see they did. Welcome blue team, welcome to blue team. Okay, so now let's go back to our home directory. We will do NGINX -T. This will tell us if our syntax was appropriate. Oh. And oh, okay. Again, I misspelled it. Okay, so sudo NGINX -T. Okay, so you can see down here it says the syntax is okay and the test is successful. Okay, so because we changed the index file, we're going to want to restart the service also. So let's just go ahead and sudo service NGINX, spelled it right this time, restart. Okay, and now we'll check the status, make sure that it's running, and it is running. So we'll come up here, let's refresh this page, and there we go. Welcome to Level Up in Tech Blue Team. And you can see our title also says Welcome Blue Team. So there we go. That was a success, and you have just installed your first NGINX web server.